You know what I hate? Fucking dating apps! Okay, just had to get that out of my system. There's two things you should know about me. Firstly, I have the autisms. And secondly, I'm a virgin. Seriously, flesh cave virgin, kiss virgin, hand holding virgin, and I don't know, nose virgin? Is that what the kids do nowadays? They stick it up the nose? I'm pretty sure that's what a nose job is anyway. Okay, so through many years of in-person rejections, I finally decided to join up with those fancy schmancy dating apps, and oh boy, let me tell you, my mental health has never been worse! It's been over a year now since I've joined the 4 different confidence-killing apps, and I thought I'd share my experience with each of them. So without further ado... Alright, before we go over the big 3, I just wanted to mention that I also joined Coffee Meets Bagel for a while, which is a dating app I surprisingly found out about through Shark Tank. Okay, this is the one I spent the least amount of time on, and it's most likely due to it being the least user-friendly of all the apps I've tried. So on this app, instead of being able to just send likes, you're only shown a few profiles a day, and some days I was literally just shown no one. And the way you can appear higher on someone's like list is if you spend coffee beans, but you can only get coffee beans if you get a lot of likes. But I get no likes, so basically the only people getting beans are the top 10%, and just completely counterintuitive. But of course, us lowly 90% could always buy coffee beans with real money, but
why in the fuck would I ever do that, ever? And how dare you even ask me that? And why aren't you more ashamed of yourself?
It's legit just gambling. You're throwing money away in hopes of finding a match, and realistically speaking, most of these people are gonna reject you anyway. Overall, it's just a shitty app.
Coffee.
The app I spent the least amount of time on next is Tinder. Now, I'm sure everyone already knows Tinder's deal, so there's no need to explain just how horrible this one went. Girls didn't swipe left or right on me, they just shoved my autistic ass downstairs, so let's just move along. Now, Bumble is an interesting one. I initially thought I was fucked from the start because the whole thing I kept hearing about Bumble that sets it apart was that women make the first move. Now, let's face it, no girl's gonna initiate a conversation with me. But it turns out that's literally not the case at all. It's the same as all the other dating apps. You swipe left or right. Bumble turned out just like the rest of them, no matches whatsoever. However, there was one feature that was unique, and that was the speed dating. For a half hour on Thursday nights, you would go into a random chat with someone without seeing what they look like. And if there was a spark, the two of you can choose to connect afterwards. For the first time, I actually ended up getting a few matches through this method, though none of them ended up going anywhere. There was this one instance, though, where for whatever reason, it matched me with a dude, and the two of us genuinely hit it off. And guess what? Somebody called the Ghostbusters, cause even the gay guy ghosted me! Kill me, please. Okay, while researching this video, I saw a Reddit post from a few months ago complaining about how they got rid of the speed dating option, and it looks like people aren't too happy because it would appear that, just like with me, the only way people were getting matches was through speed dating. And Mothman forbid the dating app gets people dates! Nope, they need people to get desperate enough to start forking over cash. Bumble, more like a crumble, because that's what I hope happens to your business. Alright, now here comes the big one. I've spent the most amount of time and effort on Hinge. So Hinge is the only one of these apps I've had some level of success in, probably because it's the most user-friendly of the 4. Hinge profiles have prompts that you can respond to when you send a like. So this is where I knew I needed to. I know that girls will sometimes get dozens of likes a day, so I had to make sure my responses were funny and thoughtful. I'm talking Goofy movie level standout, alright? I gotta be max goof. Alright? So that's what I did for the first 5 or so months. I'm kind of ashamed to say that I spent way too much time on some of these. Like upwards of 20 minutes on just one, when in retrospect, it got me absolutely 0 matches. So at this point, I was kind of worn out, so I just started sending simple and sarcastic replies. Here are a supercut of examples. And that didn't work. And for some reason, I wrote a lot of ones that are, well, you'll see the theme here.
I hurt myself today.
Yeah, in retrospect, probably not the most charming And occasionally I'd send things out that made me look like a total fucking asshole. Cause I don't know, maybe she's into that kinky shit.
I am an asshole, I am an asshole, I am such an asshole.
Yeah, it didn't work either. Hinge's tagline is the dating app designed to be deleted.
Objection!
If it were as advertised, they'd be showing me more girls that were in my league. But instead, the algorithm keeps showing me hot girls. Why? I don't have a chance with them. Stop showing me what I can't have! It was then that I had a new strategy I dubbed there are a surprising amount of single moms in their early to mid 20s on here, and I'm desperate enough to shoot my shot. So that's what I did. I must have sent at least a dozen likes out to single moms in my area. Oh wait, that sounds like the advertisement I always see online. Okay, that sounds okay. I must have sent out at least a dozen likes to single moms. And to my surprise, it didn't work! Like seriously, how? Is there really that much competition for young single moms? I didn't think there'd be any, to be honest. I genuinely thought my plan was foolproof. But yet again, the only fool here turned out to be me. And this is not to say I didn't have any success. In fact, I had the most success on Hinge. It just wasn't sustainable success. See, I would occasionally get a match only for them to either ghost me, unmatch me, or give me some excuse as to why they can't go on a date with me. Like seriously, I matched with this one girl who I personally thought I was out of her league, and we had a great conversation over a several day period. But when I asked her to hang out in person, see, this girl pretended to have brain surgery to get out of going on a date with me. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what I'm saying. I can't prove that she's pretending. I'm not saying she's faking. I guess I am saying that. But listen. She's on a dating app. Your profile literally states you're looking for a long-term relationship. Why would you match with me, proceed to enthusiastically talk with me, only to then all of a sudden not want to go out? If you're not looking for a relationship, then why you want a fucking dating app? I'm just saying. Don't sue me. And you know, when she said that, I was just like, okay, no worries, no problem. I hope everything goes well. And I still enjoy talking to her. So then I expect, we'll still talk though. And then she never responded. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, all right? Maybe 4 limbs. I'm going out on all 4 limbs here, all right? I'm limbless right now. I'm gonna say that, yeah, no, she didn't have brain surgery. Or maybe she did, and that's why she has such a stupid excuse. I don't know. I'm really still ticked off about this. And the worst part is that this happened twice. Yeah, see, this other girl, when I asked her out, here's how she responded. Your profiles also say you're looking for a long-term relationship. Now this girl though, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm calling her out on this shit. Because I was done. So I did, and she's like, honestly, that's a good question. yeah, no shit it is. So then, spoiler alert, we never hung out, she ghosted me. So, I'm gonna go out on, I don't have any limbs left, I forgot I gave them all up on the last girl. She was definitely looking for dates, just not with me. So why match with me then? Why? And look, I'm not trying to say Hinge doesn't work, because I've seen firsthand accounts that it does. The problem, I feel, is that a lot of it is just simply luck-based. When you're on, how far you are in the line of likes, and who your competition is at the time. You could have really connected with someone, but just before they got to you, someone else could have popped into their radar, and now they're focused on that person. Or maybe you did manage to connect with someone, the new problem being that if you don't lock it in fast enough, there's a good chance a brand new person is going to show up on their likes page, and the person you've been building up your repertoire with might just be more into this new guy. It really is just luck and timing, along with the lack of filtering options. Another option you have at supposedly bettering your chances is a thing called boosting. For only a small price, he said sarcastically. You can have your profile given priority and shown to more people for a limited amount of time.
Go on.
Now, in theory, that makes sense. However, the problem arises that there are far more guys sending likes out to girls than there are girls sending likes out to guys. From what I understand, a lot of girls just wait for the likes to pile in. They really have no need to spend hours looking through profiles when the profiles are already coming to them.
Just torpedoing towards your vagina.
And even if there are girls browsing and sending out likes, just because you pay to be in front of them, it doesn't guarantee a girl will be sending a like your way, because obviously everyone has different preferences. You really have to be someone hot and or special for her to make the effort to reach out to you. And unfortunately for me, instead of hot and special, I'm mid and special needs. Okay, so that's all I have to talk about for today. I'm already planning a follow-up video going over dating as an autistic dude, because believe it or not, I actually did manage to get a couple of dates through this whole thing. And oh boy, those sure something. So if you're interested in hearing about that, how's about you, click that subscribe button. So click that subscribe button, that little subscribe button right there, right under you, right there. Click.